All right, today is project start. So I'm going to go through the project kind of in detail. Don't freak out. It's actually a little simpler than I think it should be, but it's going to keep you busy. So this is your final project and it is your final. So it's the last thing you'll do in the class, and it is also your final that you'll submit. So it's pretty heavily weighted. So you want to do as good as you can on it. The project is the entire engineering firm, which is the class. The whole firm is doing this project. You're going to get a portion of the project, but then you're going to have to collect all the other portions of the project and pull it in to the final project that each one of you will submit. So you're all going to submit the finished project. Okay. And you're going to submit your portion of the project. So you have two submissions. So for example, if you were to choose housing is your area. And I don't know if you're going to get to choose or whether I'm going to do the randomized thing. We're going to try to break it up. If we can't do it, then I'll just randomize. Okay. But if you choose housing, then housing has a plot of land in the community. That's the plot of land that you'll deliver as yours. Each one of you will do your own. In other words, maybe 3 of you are in housing. You all do housing. That makes sense? Now you can work together to do housing. For example, there has to be 25 homes in the housing development. I know it sounds bad, but all I need is the footprint and the basic layout of 5 different homes. So when you go into a housing development, there's not 400 homes in there. There are usually 5 homes, 400 different ways. Like we'll take that bedroom and we'll mirror it over there, and that's a new home. So there is only maybe 5 to 10 unique homes in a housing development. If you drive through, you can see like every 7th one is exactly the same, right? So in the housing department, you can actually divide and conquer the houses. Maybe if there's 3 of you in there, then all 3 of you do one house, and then you share that with each other, right? Now you got 3 of the houses done of the 5 unique houses. Does that make sense? Okay. And you're not drawing a whole house, you're drawing the footprint of it and the basic layout. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. You don't have to put appliances in, just a basic structure. Yeah.
So basically that's what we did last week.
Yep, exactly. Not even that detailed. I don't need toilets or sinks or anything else, right?
The lighting.
I don't need lighting, I don't need electrical, nothing. This is what we call a site plan. So site plan is just looking down at land and how it's going to get developed. Okay. So if you chose housing, that's the way that would go. In the end, you're going to have to pull manufacturing in. And when you go to the manufacturing area, the submission area, you'll see has all these categories, right? So if you do housing, that's where you're going to input your housing. And I want it to go in there in the form of a W block, the whole thing, a W block. So then another student can come in, grab your housing and pull it into their development. Does that make sense? So all the other developments you don't have to do, and you're actually going to get to choose because 2 or 3 students are going to be producing manufacturing. They're going to be producing agriculture. And you can go in there and go, oh, I like Sean's agriculture. I pick it and pull it into my development, right? So you can actually pick the ones you want to bring in. And then if you want to tweak it, customize it, in the end, you can do that. Okay, so we're all going to pick a category: housing, agriculture, energy, water, and manufacturing. Okay, we're going to split that up somehow. And I'll do it randomized if we can't figure out the areas that we want to be in. Then in the end, it's going to all get pulled together. So each one's kind of defined, roughly defined, as to what I want in it or what should be in it, right? So energy has to have a 750 solar panel array. These are 230 watt panels. They're about 65 by 40 inches, roughly. We need 750 panels array. Each panel needs to be accessed by these e-trucks. You can decide what an e-truck is, electric truck, right? But But you have to be able to access every panel. So obviously you have a row of panels or a row of doubles, and then you'll be able to drive on both sides of them to do maintenance on them, right? So you have to figure out like how things are gonna move around. Electric grid has to have a main power station, put it in wherever you want, substations every 100 feet. So if you have over 200 feet of array, you gotta have a substation in there. Okay, so each one is kind of has this definition, and then you get to just design it. Right? The whole community looks like this, and this is in Blackboard. So you would pull this off, and this is your starting point. If you're doing housing, then you're just focused on this center area. I believe this is 25 acres. It's big. So when you draw a house in there, it's gonna be pretty small, right? Because this is big land. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, there has to be a parking area. There's a group that will do parking. Here's one parking area and here's one parking area. So there's two parkings, there's two ways into the community. So agriculture is here, water, energy, wastewater, manufacturing. Those are all the, and housing in the center, right? So this is a sustainable community. The concept is you don't drive into the community. You drive into the parking area and you park with your gas vehicle, your normal standard gas vehicle. And you leave it there, and then you get in your autonomous vehicle and it takes you to your house or your work or wherever you want to go. So we need autonomous vehicle paths. That's part of housing. And part of energy, part of water, part of ag, part of manufacturing, wastewater, because you might want to go to any of those places with your autonomous vehicle. These are the ports. So autonomous is this A. If we all leave these ports in their spot, then all of the roads will connect to each other. Does that make sense? You cannot move the roads. You cannot move the walkways. W stands for walk. Right? Because we want to walk around our community too. Maybe we don't want to get in an autonomous vehicle and we want to walk to the manufacturing facility in the morning. Questions?
How do those roads end up connected? Do we have to design?
That's you. That is all you.
Is that housing or is that different group?
Housing is doing the roads in the housing area. Energy is doing the roads in the energy area. Housing has the most road work and kind of layout. It's going to be the toughest. So if you really are looking to just wimp out and get out of work, don't end up in housing, because housing is going to be tough. But housing can be divided and conquered, right? Somebody can lay out house layouts. Somebody can then, the team can kind of organize how we want to lay it out. It's not going to be that difficult. I mean, you could just row them up, run one road through, and it's done, right? And then the walking path could go around that or something. I mean, it won't be that hard. Unless you get really tricky. Yeah.
The walking paths have to connect with like on this path, kind of like a bike path going.
No, autonomous and walking are completely separate. They can cross. So humans can figure out how to cross a street. We're good at that. So they can cross autonomous, right? But in housing, there's a playground, there's a sports court. There is maybe a community shop. So there's a number of things in the housing area. Trying to think of what else. I think that's it. Don't move the roadways, and roadways will connect up. If you move the roadways, then it's not going to connect up. That'll be a problem, right? So if you're doing ag, don't move the W and the A. That's got to stay put, and then it's up to you. You know, all up to you. All right, let's kind of keep going. I'm not going to go through each of the areas. I hopefully will get teams in each area, and then I'll meet with that team. That's the plan, because I am the contractor. You all are my firm. All right. In the end, note all this stuff, because this I do want consistent throughout the teams. Power lines hidden red, so they need to show up hidden. So that means you got to adjust that light type scale and make it happen, right? Power lines, water lines, and sewer lines, they should follow the autonomous vehicle paths. Normally, they're on the edge of the path or the edge of the road. Your powerway, your waterway, your sewerway is all along the roads out here. That's public land that we can run that utility through, okay? So we'll do it the same way in this community. Now, your waterway, sewerway, and whatever, you know, powerway in your area, you might put it on the left side of the road. Somebody else might put it on the right side of the road. That's okay, right? The folks building this place, they can figure that out. Cross it over when they need to, or me, the general contractor, can fix all that crap in the end. So don't worry about that, right? But keep it next to the autonomous walkways or roadways.
Housing, do we show like the power line, water line, sewer line?
Back to
connected the
housing,
house?
okay. You're gonna jump around on me, I can do that. I can keep up with you. So yeah, we wanna show, draw a roof, draw footprints of the home, roof lines, we want roof lines. Basic interior, entryway, yards, access, water in, power in, sewer out. Yep. And that's for all buildings. So if you're doing ag has a number of buildings. They'll probably have restrooms in there. So don't think that you're just gonna get away with drawing crops in agriculture. You do have to draw crops. You have to do 4 crops, but you also have to do a bunch of maintenance buildings and a processing plant, and you have to do other stuff too. So, yeah. I don't think there's an easiest. I tried to balance it. So I would choose an interest area. Anyway, let's go back to the key that we all should follow. Buildings, continuous white. A paths, that's autonomous paths. Continuous white, walking paths, continuous green. Everyone knows what continuous is, right? That's just a normal line. Yeah, okay. And then beyond that, you can do whatever you want. Property lines, red, and I want them thick. So the property lines, of course, are the lines I've already given you. So you just have to change them into red. And I want property lines noted on their length, like that. So that's typically how we do it in a site plan. Samuel, just in time. 13, we're up to 13. Getting there, we're missing 3. All right, what are you thinking here? Let's go, what else was there? Oh, file name. File name convention, this is super important. Because if I was gonna do this project and then I got my shit done, my stuff done, sorry. Ooh, that was recorded too. Anyway, I got my stuff done and I wanna go grab other people's stuff. And I see one that was done like 3 days ago, one that was done 2 minutes ago. It's nice to know how recent stuff is done, right? There's gonna be probably changes or addendums or new information or whatever. We need to know who did it, your last name first. If your last name is super long, you can shorten it a little, but you can't shorten it to 1 letter. The drawing name, so that would be like housing, right? And then the date. So I can see when it was done. I'm thinking, and this, I'm flexible on this, so I'm thinking that we all need our individual stuff done by here. That might be too early. So I don't know if 1 week's enough time for you to get your individual stuff done, your area stuff done. But I say we aim for that. If we miss it and it's done like here of finals week, that's probably okay, enough time for you to like figure out how to pull it all together and make it look good. You need enough time in the end. But I'm thinking there'll be an overachiever in each group that will probably get done early, right? So then you could grab the overachiever stuff. The underachievers could grab late if they have to. It's rough to think that there's any underachievers, but I don't know that there is. I think we're all overachievers, just some of us are hiding. We're in disguise. All right, questions. It's kind of a fun project, but it could go sideways. So there you go. Dimension text, drawing text, all 125. And I think I put, who got the title block? Oh, water has a bridge design. So like if you want to draw a bridge, You actually gotta draw a front and side view of that bridge and a plan view to go on the plan. The bridge is here down by the river. Bridge. 14, we're only missing 2. I knew Kevin would be here. He's stylishly late all the time. So yeah, there's a bridge if you're interested in drawing the bridge. I don't even know what was I saying? Oh, title block. Who got the title block? Somebody got the title block. Was it housing? I don't see it.
It's at the bottom, creation of title block and a shared document. There.
Oh, yeah, housing got it. Yeah, I really want 4 people in housing. That would be good. All right, so how many, let's just kind of just play a little game here. Just see how this works out. How many is interested in housing? 1, 2, 3.
Maybe.
How do you do maybe? Like an elbow instead of a hand? Oh, hold them up tall. All right, so we definitely got enough for housing. How many manufacturing? Nobody wants to do manufacturing. Okay, that's cool. What, Mario? Well, find some interest, man. You got to get interested in something. I mean, you got to get interested. Energy? Who wants to do energy? Oh, we got a solid 2 in energy. Samuel, you've raised your hand every time. You can't do that. So we got, you interested in energy, Leo? Okay. So we got kind of a group in energy. What about agriculture? Nobody wants to grow crops. We're all gonna starve to death.
That's horrible.
Water and the bridge. Okay. Okay, we can do, we gotta weed out housing. Who wanted to do housing? My God.
I don't know.
That could be best for me because I want to go on the plan.
Actually, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Gina's on the fence. You 4 are housing,
Whoa.
just like that.
No.
Okay,
Great.
housing's done.
Oh.
Yeah, no, housing just went away, Gina. You were all wishy-washy. Jonathan. Name. Jeez, Daniel, Braden and Michael. All right. Wow, that was bad. It's only been 10 weeks or 9 weeks. Housing's done. Who wants energy? Because there was like 2 of you.
Energy and parts.
You keep holding your hand up halfway. What else were you interested in?
I don't want manufacturing and I don't want the water bridge. I would either do.
Okay. Leo. 1, 2, 3, energy. No, Samuel.
No way.
No, Gina. Yep. Sorry.
Wait.
Sorry.
Okay, agriculture.
Agriculture.
Let's do.
Wow, how come so many in agriculture?
Because I don't want the others.
All right, I'm gonna put,
I don't want manufacturing.
okay, put them down. Manufacturing. Oh, this can be a hard sell on manufacturing. And then water and bridge. All right, Sam, you 3, water, bridge. Samuel and the baseball players. All right. Yeah, Joey. That was it, right? Water and bridge. So now we have a lot for, who has not raised their hand? I mean, who hasn't got a spot? Sorry. Who hasn't got, raise your hand if you don't have anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 of them here. So how do we do this? Do we randomize it? Who wants ag? I feel like giving ag and manufacturing to you 4.
No.
Figure it out. That's rough.
Oh, we get like a lot of extra.
Who wants agriculture? All 4 of you, and no one wants manufacturing. All right, let's look at manufacturing. What's with, why? Bunch of engineers, nobody wants to do manufacturing. Unbelievable. 5 shops, easy peasy.
How easy peasy.
Material in, fabricate, assembly, paint, and ship. Those are the 5 shops. Same detail as the homes. What? What'd you say? What do you say? Doesn't even look hard, no. Same detail as homes. Show truck routes, show lunchrooms, bathrooms, etc. About 30 employees in case you're thinking about parking. 8 paths to work, solar array 400 panels on the roof. It doesn't look hard. Shipping area for large, long trucks to pull in and turn around. Semi trucks. Power grid, water grid, sewer grid. All right, let's look at agriculture. Where's agriculture? 50 acres, 4 full crop fields, tractor access to all crop, maintenance facility, water system, because you gotta water the crops. Processing facility, because we're gonna sell our crops to the world, our sustainable community. Shipping facility, shipping area for large trucks, same thing, gotta pull her, it's the same as manufacturing. All right, who's the 4 that want agriculture? You get agriculture and manufacturing, you 4. Good luck with that. That's rough. Everyone's accounted for?
Yes.
Questions?
Wait, so we do-
Yeah, what about?
So
I don't know what to do with
in
them.
the team
We'll
that
we'll make them do
manufactures-
manufacturing. Oh, okay, that's what we'll do. You 4, you last 4, you're agriculture. Missing people are manufacturing.
Will we fail? If they
That's
don't do it,
rough.
They didn't show.
Wait.
No, you won't fail.
Okay.
Our manufacturing facility will just suck. It won't get done.
Manufactured dirt.
Exactly. Mario.
Are the pathways supposed to be as big as the space? You know how big it's supposed to be?
So these pathways, so I did make the walking pathway the same as the autonomous pathway, and I probably shouldn't have. So if you wanna narrow up the walking pathway, do it by the center line.
I'm gonna make it bigger.
I want, do it by the center line, right? So I don't know what I made them. What did I do? For autonomous, I think I did 12, I bet, 12 feet. Let's see. Yeah, I did 12 feet. So autonomous, I'm thinking that autonomous vehicle, it's a cute little electric vehicle. It only needs 6 feet for each direction because it's autonomous, like it doesn't go into other cars, right? It just passes right by, can pass right by close. So yeah, you could make the walking path narrower than 12 feet. Although, you know, whatever you want. Just narrow it up by the center line and then it would still kind of connect to the next one. All right,
Questions. And
Gina.
We're on like basically teams, but when, am I doing like my own agriculture thing? and
Yep.
We're all doing our own.
Yep.
And then.
So you,
Putting the team.
the 4 agriculture people are all doing their own ag work. If that 4 wants to work together, that's fine. Like if you want to divide and conquer one of the facilities, all make that facility, you make that facility, you make that facility, then we can all share those within our own group. That's fine. Housing should definitely do that. Housing, you don't want one person having to make all 5 different homes, right? Then you each make one and you share it and then copy it and put it in an organization. But everyone in housing could have their own housing system, right? They don't all have to look the same, for sure. I want you to do your own. Did that answer your question? You do your own, but you can share resources within your group. Yes. Use Blackboard to do that. So you can upload, like I got a housing thing done, upload it to your housing area. I would like that because then I can see the activity, I can see individual work, like in housing right here. When you get a housing design done, upload it. Right? And then the rest of your team can also pick out that house. Don't do it in inches. Do it in feet. This is big. So if you do your whole thing and do your house in 60 inches by 40 inches instead of 60 feet by 40 feet, that's going to be a problem when you share it to other people. So, as we say in baseball, don't suck. Let's go, guys. Let's not suck today. Is that true? Maybe for us, that's definitely for us. Yes, sir.
You need dimensioning on houses?
Basic dimensioning. So like overall footprint would be great. Yeah.
So like
No, but I could throw one in there, easy enough, yeah. So I want roof line, so that means you wanna draw like, okay. Let's go in here, and let's say, okay, here's my house, and it's gonna be 40 feet by 30 feet. Whoops. What did I just do? There we go. 30 feet. So that's a 30 by 40 foot house. So you getting a feel for the scale of this thing? Yeah, this is big. And I did put in feet, right? And then here's a roof line. That would be a very underachiever house. Right?
Yeah.
No bathroom, no bedroom 1, bedroom 2. A basic roof line, a cheesy ranch. I mean, there's some cheesy housing developments out there, so.
At least it's
You know.
something, it's a roof.
Yeah, no, it's progress, I guess.
Better than sitting outside.
All right, so, yeah, you do need the inside detail, but yeah, it can be pretty simple, yep.
Complexes on the table.
You know, I went down that path and I thought it was complicated now. I did. Housing folks look at your housing because I do want a few different houses.
I'm not saying all apartments, but like.
5 unique designs, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, etc. So I left it pretty open. You could do some high density housing in our sustainable community. I mean, there should be some studios for those of you that just can't live with other people. Absolutely need to live by yourself. We encourage that. So, I mean, you do have some freedom to have some fun with it. I'm okay with that. So if you had like 20 houses and then a high density dwelling, that'd be cool. I'd love it. Questions? Any other questions? All right, so the one thing you have to do today, for sure, is in the submission area, get with your team, get everybody's name and submit it, so I know who's on what team. Because we just did that like randomized, okay? So if you're in housing, get together with housing, get everyone's name, get in communication with everyone, and then post everyone's full name, first and last, please.
You want to be on like a doc or do you just want to do like just?
You can just put it in text. Yep. All right, how you feeling? Piece of cake? I mean, I think it's gonna be a piece of cake to do your own part, and then pulling it all together will be like, could be like chaos, so.
Pull it all together.
Yeah, this is be so interesting, but when we get it all done, I'm gonna like print some up. Oh, I put it, so I started this thing for you, right? You all have this, it's on Blackboard, and I did get a layout going, and we're gonna use e-size. And of course, because I did that, that means I already identified this scale. We probably should stay at the same scale, or else our dimension is not gonna show up when we all pull it together. So, it fits barely. And it is 1 to 1,000. I couldn't use any of the architectural scales. They didn't go tall enough. So yeah, our scale is 1 to 1,000. So when you pull this down, you'll get that. Doesn't have a title block in it, but you all can figure that out. Huh?
Housing.
Yeah, housing better get that done and share it. Housing, come on. I want a title block on every one of yours that gets submitted in the end. Housing is gonna develop it. Sorry, we don't get that kind of freedom.
You got it.
But when you get the title block from housing, if you don't like something, you can tweak it. Like you better tweak some of it, right? Your name and not their name, that kind of thing. That's what I'm envisioning happening is you pulling it all together and something's gonna be like wonky somehow. So I think this is gonna be so fun to watch.
Title block is the same size as the blocks on the.
This is a giant piece of paper. So I went e-size.
I know the formats that we have, A side and B side, right?
Yeah, so this is a 36-inch wide by 48-inch piece of paper. Yeah, it's huge.
like, what's the big-
Yeah. I don't even know if I'll find a plotter to print it on. I don't know if FedEx goes that big. They got some big ones in there.
My Walmart.
Never thought of Walmart. They have printing?
Yeah, they have a print, if you go to.
They have like an office place where you can go in and just put your flash drive in and print?
Or if you send.
Or do you have to order it? Yeah.
I think you have to like order it, but you can order it like in the store and pick it up like.
You
5
Get a
minutes.
poster. You get a poster made and put it on the back wall when we get it all done. That'd be cool. All right. You have the last remaining portion of the turn to get this done. So I think individual stuff should try to get done by the 14th so people can start pulling individual pieces to build the final product. Booyah. Good luck. Now I gotta figure out who's manufacturing. Those of you not in class, you are manufacturing.